will be discussing to you the two basic types of data. As all we know that statistics deals with data. And this data can be classified into category, type, and level. So knowing this level, type, and category is very important for us, because knowing the nature of data will determine or will help us determine what type of statistical analysis we can deal with it or we can use with it. So these are the two types of data: the quantitative and the qualitative data. It is not new to us, because ever since when we are in high school or in senior high school, we already tackle these types of data. Now, I will be defining first the quantitative data. Quantitative comes from the word quantity, means the amount of a number or the amount of the number, or say a number. Therefore, quantitative data refers or expressed using numbers, and it is numerical or say numerical scale. So under this type of data, we have the two types or two classification. First, we have the discrete and the continuous. I will be defining first the discrete. When I say discrete, these are the data or the data that can take any values. Again, this is a data that can take any values, and it is based on counts, or say it can be counted. No? It cannot be measured, but it is based on counting. I will be giving you an example. An example of the number of students in a class. So the number of students in a class can be counted. For example, 35 students within a classroom. Next, the number of computers in laboratories simply can be counted. The number of people or the number of employees in a meeting, so it can be also counted. The number of coins in your pockets, the money that you left in your bank accounts. So that's it. So the next classification of the quantitative data is the continuous. So when we say continuous, this data that can take absolutely any values and have an infinite number of points. And continuous data is measurable, whose value is obtained through measuring or measurements. For example, the height of the basketball player. You cannot get the value without the measurement of getting that height. Next example is the weight of the newborn babies. Because of continuous data, this gives us an accurate measurement of the weights of newborn babies. For example, the weight is 3.3 kilogram. So accurate 3.3 kilogram, 3.0 kilogram. And there is the changes of these measurements. Next example is the temperature of a freezer. Yes, it can be measured. The mass, the volume, the length of the wall, the width of the wall, and so many other examples. And the other type of the data is the qualitative data. Now I will be defining the qualitative data and what makes it differ to the quantitative data is qualitative data expressed by words or letters. And this is a non-numerical, or the other term is the categorical type of data. And this data can be recorded or observed. And the data is observed or recorded through methods like observation, one-on-one interview, survey, researches, and other similar methods. Below this type of data, which is the qualitative data, it has 4 levels of measures of scale. First level is the nominal, next the ordinal, the third one is the interval, and the last one is ratio. So I will be discussing to you first level, which is the nominal. So what is nominal? Nominal is said to be the non-numerical variables and the names of categories. And it was said that it serves as labels or tags for identifying the specific objects or something. Again, nominal level of measures of scale is non-numerical variables. It is a name of categories and it serves as labels of identifying something. And in this level, it has no order. It has no order and cannot be measured. So for example is brand, the hair color, the gender, the race. And all of this is a name only of categories. It is a name or label of identifying something. The next level of the measure of scale, or the second level, is the ordinal, from the word order. Ordinal has rankings or positions. Order labeled are present. Of course, in ordinal, it has an order of data, order in a listing, and it has also a label. Earlier, nominal has a label, and then ordinal has an order and a label now. And it gives us position rankings in a listings. For example, rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. In a contest, the winners are expressed by first, second place, third place. So you might know the difference between. Next, the sizes. The small, the medium, the large, and the socioeconomic status. Socioeconomic status are organized into a 3 level, which is the low class, the second class, or the middle class, and the high class. So there is a difference, and it has labeled with that rankings or position in a listings. So that is an ordinal level of measure of scales, or said to be order. There is an arrangement. Third level is the interval. So in interval, it has the free properties. Tagaina, the property nga may ara sa ang present niya sa nominal is it has a label or tags, or it can be a name of categories lang. Sa second, which is the ordinal, may ara na gid siya order, kag may ara na gid siya label. And to the third level, which is the interval, it has a label. Meron siya label, may order man siya. And the difference between the two values is very important or meaningful. It's said that sa interval, ang na 3 levels are important. And between two values, it has the difference. For example, temperature in a Fahrenheit, temperature in Celsius, pH, and then credit score, which is 300 to 850. So, as you can see, 300 and 850, which is the two values, has a difference between them. So, 300 is a lower one, lower score, and the 850 is the higher one. And tunga-tunga nila, syempre, may difference. That's why, sa interval, the difference between the two values is present or important. And the best example for this level is our age. No? Knowing that, for example, subong, this year I am 20. So next year, I am 21. So there is be a changing or a changes or a difference between the 2 years. Okay? Again, knowing the nature of data help us to determine the exact statistical analysis that we can use with dealing with it. And as I recall, the two types or the basic types of data are the qualitative and the quantitative data. And under with this data, which is quantitative, it has the two classification or types, which is the discrete and the continuous. And the other type of the data is qualitative data. And under with this data, it has a 4 levels of measures of scale, which are first level, which is the nominal, second one is the ordinal, third is the interval, and the highest one is the ratio. That's all.